What it do, Big Blue? We are back. We are back. It's been a minute. It's
It's
been a
been a minute.
minute.
It's been a minute.
But your two favorite Kentucky fans are back, better than ever. Well, not better than ever, but
Could be better. Could be better.
could be better. But I guess we'll get into that. But how you been since we haven't recorded there? Hey, Money.
I've been good, man. I've been good. My professional teams are doing pretty decent. You know what I mean? The Eagles are defending their Super Bowl title pretty valiantly this year. So, we'll see what happens with them. Offense is kind of sluggish. It reminds me of the Cats offense with our former quarterback in there. So, is what it is. But yeah, man. Look, we're now in basketball season, so we can
Yes.
kind of move past the Stoops era. Hopefully, right? Who
But
knows what's gonna happen there?
now we're coming back up, and honestly, as bad as this
I
sounds,
know.
I hate it. I'm going to be honest. I hate it. I wanted us to do so bad that he left. I
Yep.
did. And
It's
I
gonna be
might get
hard
a
to
lot
get
of
rid of him
slack.
now.
Yeah, I might get a lot of slack from Kentucky fans on that, but I wanted us honestly to lose every other game except Louisville for the rest of the season. Maybe that would have got him out.
Look, I don't think there's gonna be much slack you're gonna get because I think a lot of fans are just growing tired of him. You know what I mean? And I think that's the general population of fans have just grown tired of him because this is what he does, right? This is what he
Yep.
does. You start off the season and you think it's going to be promising, then you lose 3 out of 4, whatever it was, and then all of a sudden you think you can turn it around, and then there's an outside chance of making a bowl game. You make a bowl game, and it's like, oh well, now we have optimism going into next year. And then it's the same thing. I've seen it
Yep.
living in Pennsylvania, man. I've seen it with Penn State, where they canned James Franklin because of the same reason. James Franklin just couldn't win the big game, and they got rid of him. Now he's in Virginia Tech, right? So I think change of scenery may be good for Stoops, and it may be good for Kentucky as a whole.
I kind of like Cal. It was
Yeah,
good. Well, okay. It was good for us. It is good for us. We're in a slump, but I think it would have the same type of thing where if we got a new coach, the culture would turn around. The
yeah,
culture would do a complete 180 and just it would be fun again.
yeah.
You
Fresh
know?
start for everybody, man. That's what you need.
Yes.
That's what you need.
Yes. And I hate, I heard a couple, well, not heard. I did hear, but I heard and seen a couple Kentucky fans. Oh, look, this is what we was telling y'all. Stoops ain't that bad. Look at us. We're about to make a bowl game. And I'm thinking, is that what you want every year? Is just mediocre for the first half of the season? We make one
Right.
bowl game and a shitty bowl game, possibly, more than likely. Not going to be top tier. And then
No.
that's what you want. That's what you want from our football team. I'm
Be the
good.
Pop Tarts Bowl.
Yeah,
That's what
I'm
it'll
good.
be. The Kellogg's Pop Tart Bowl.
Yeah, I'm okay. I eat Pop Tarts in the morning. I don't need to be in a Pop Tart bowl. You know what I mean? Like I'm good on that. I am a okay. I guess we speaking of the Franklin guy, I saw that he did his first little Enter the Sandman thing last night, right?
Yep. 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 Yep.
And
Look, man. I think it might be good for both him and Virginia Tech. It'll be interesting to see what happens, see if he can get over that hump. But look, the expectations at Virginia Tech are not the same expectations that are at Penn State.
true,
So having said that, he's going in there with not as much pressure on him as there was at Penn State. Plus, he's at
absolutely.
Virginia Tech. The ACC is not the same as the Big Ten. You don't have Michigan. You don't have Ohio State every single year. You got
Yep.
Miami and the occasional Florida State that'll play well. Outside of those two, you don't have any other rivals really in that conference. So
No,
sky's the limit for him, and there's no pressure. It's Virginia Tech. You know what I mean? Like I still don't know what the hell a Hokie is. You know what
no,
I mean?
no. I
Like
haven't figured that
I
out either.
Haven't figured it out, so we'll see what he does, but he has no pressure, and I think he'll do well there, similar to what he did at Vanderbilt, you know what I mean? Like, you had no
Yeah.
expectations at Vanderbilt. That's why you ended up going to Penn State. But
Yep.
when the pressure comes from the boosters, it's a different animal, man. It's a different animal, especially now with the NIL deals that, as we'll get into in a couple minutes that we're experiencing with our basketball team right
Yeah.
now. It changes a
Money
lot, man.
talks.
It changes a lot, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Like, look, we might as well get into it. The Michigan State game. We'll talk about the Louisville game too, the Loserville game,
Yep.
but it's amazing. NIL money, 22 million. It's well known, well documented that Kentucky has for its roster. Michigan State, 3.5 million. Who
Yep.
wanted it more? Who was hungrier? Who was hungrier?
Exactly.
Michigan State was.
Exactly.
Michigan State was.
And I
So
hate to say it,
look,
better coached.
oh, I mean, Tom Izzo's that dude. I
Yes.
hate to admit it, but Tom Izzo's
Yes.
that dude. He's been that dude. And look, I have no problems with Pope being the coach.
No.
I think Pope is the right guy for the system, for the university, for
Yep.
everything. Having said that, he's gotten out of the block shitty this year. He's not coached well, and he admitted it. He admitted it. He admitted it that he's not coaching well and he needs to coach better, which I appreciate that because
Yes.
I've been a Philadelphia fan. Andy Reid for 15 years when he was the Eagles coach would come out after they played a shitty game and laid a goose egg would come out and go, I got to do a better job of putting my players in position. He would always take accountability. Pope's doing the same thing. Having said that, he needs to get some players and figure out a rotation, man, because you can't
Yes.
keep doing what you're doing.
Speaking of rotation, I read we have played 65 different rotations since the first game. 65 different rotations throughout how many games have we played? Four? Is it four? Five, four, three,
I think it's 5 now.
five. Okay. Through
Yeah.
5 games, we have played 65 different five-man team rotations, whatever you want to call it, on the floor. And I didn't write it down, but if I'm remembering right, it was like most of the rotations haven't played more than 3 minutes together. So you can't get into a groove. You can't find what works. If you're only playing certain rotations 2.5 minutes, 3 minutes, and then
Yeah.
going to a different you just can't. I don't care if it's a
Yep.
Jordan team. You gotta play minutes together to be able to play well together. You have
Yeah,
to.
dude.
There's
It's it's laughable at this point, right? So the
yes.
Michigan State game, the whole roster, all 10 players played 10 minutes or more, right? And you had seven players play 18 minutes or more. So again, to your point and what you're saying, that I don't mind that 7 players play 20 minutes or more. Having
No.
said that, keep the teams out there for longer than 2, 3-minute stretches. Like,
Yep.
it's ridiculous. You can't get into any type of flow, and then what you're ended up doing is what you and I were talking about and texting back and forth during the game. When they finally get a shot, they throw it up because they're like, "I'm gonna get pulled out of here in 20 seconds. I might as well try to get mine." And it
Yep.
plays that individual basketball instead of team basketball. Like, that's not Kentucky basketball. The
No.
team that dominated Purdue in the exhibition game has not been this team. It
No.
has not been this team against Loserville or Michigan State, and I don't know what he's doing. I don't know what he's
They
doing.
I haven't seen that team. I haven't seen that I haven't even seen that team. Well, I take that back. I've seen spurts of that team going up against these, well, I don't even know what you would call it. The warm-up games, you know what I mean? The
Yeah, yeah.
the Loyola or Loyola, whatever. I've
The
seen
easy
spurts, but
game.
even then, I don't see that team that played Purdue at all. I don't see it. And I don't get it. The stuff that I ran upstairs right before we started, I went through and I wrote down up to this point the season averages, right? And we are averaging 11 turnovers a game. Not horrible, no. But to make matters worse, Owe leads the team in almost 3 turnovers a game.
Mhm.
Where is that player? Where was last year's Owe? I can't hold it in any longer. Owe is just killing the vibe when he's out there. He looks off. His gameplay is horrible. I mean, just atrocious. I think he's a bench rider at best, maybe an eighth man, the way he's been playing, honestly. And what is it? Oh, wait. He is 22 for 51 through the whole year. 5 of 17 for three pointers. The 22 to 51 was field goals,
Yep.
and he's 5 of 17 on threes, and he has 64 points. And he is second on the team in minutes played. How how? That goes back to that rotation thing. You're just throwing and nobody could get into a rhythm. That's my honest opinion. I
Yeah, no, you're 100% right, and look, the other thing that kills him, he played 30 minutes. 30 minutes, and he had 12 points.
Yes.
So, him and Aberdeen killed us. They went 5 of 20 from the field in the Michigan State game. Aberdeen looked lost out there. He was running around
Yes.
like crazy, don't get me wrong, but he wasn't doing much. He was running around like crazy, not doing much. He had 3 turnovers, 4 fouls. I think he made 1 three-pointer, so I think he was like 1 of 5 or 1 of 6 from three-point land. Like, it was laughable, man, and, like, he
Yes.
was supposed to be the guy filling in for Lowe, you know what I mean, to be like our point guard, so to speak, and he couldn't. I mean, he was turning the ball over. He had 2 assists. So, like, it was just the other thing that honestly killed him with Michigan State shot the lights out. I mean, he shot 50% from 3-point
Yeah.
land. So it was like anytime that Kentucky even tried to get close and try to get it back to single digits, Michigan State would hit a three. You know
And
what I
it's like
mean?
these
And like,
teams are it's like they're hitting video game numbers against us, going on to your 50%. It's like when they come out, the basket is 50 feet wide and they can make whatever.
yeah,
It's
yep,
crazy. It's crazy. And I'm pretty sure we talked about it. It's just when another team, even with Loserville, when another team starts making those threes, the whole team looks lost. Whole team looks lost. We don't know what to do, and we just start chucking up threes. And
that's the
that's
and yeah, I was just getting ready to say, and that's the problem, right? So like, what you it all trickles down from that rotation thing, as you said, right? If they're not getting comfortable playing with each other, and they're constantly looking over their shoulder, wondering when the guy's going to sub me out, they're going to start chucking up threes to try to get their points and try to do
yep.
something, so they don't have to come out of the game. So like, he got to instill that confidence in them, and hopefully get into a little bit of a rotation. And look, I understand that they're a deep team and they have 10 players that can always play. I get it. They sometimes have 11 or 12 when the guys are healthy. When Q comes back, and if Lowe ever comes back this year, whatever they decide on him, I don't think I've heard of any definitive answer. I think he's still deciding with his family,
Yeah.
because if he gets surgery, he's done, right? So,
Yep.
um, hopefully he fights through the pain and plays this year, but we'll see. But like, he got to get into an 9 man rotation and keep these guys in there for a solid 5 to 7 minute stretch,
Yes.
because that's
Yes.
the only way. If they get in foul trouble, sure, rotate them out. But like, it's getting brutal right now, man, because they
Yes.
got in zero rhythm. Uh, like I said, Michigan State shot 50% from three and 50% from the field, and they out rebounded them by a significant amount. I think they out rebounded them by like 14 or 15. So
It's
if you're
embarrassing.
not you're not crashing the glass, you're not playing good defense, and you're not making shots, you're not going to win a game. You're not going to
Yep.
win games that way, you know?
And I think yeah, I did. I told you, the one of the first things I learned playing basketball, follow your shot. You follow your shot or you crash the board when your teammate shoots. All I saw was you'd shoot and they're already backtracking to the other end, or when their teammate
Stand there
shoots.
and watch it. Yep.
Yes, I don't understand that. Hustle, 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 hustle. And there's no hustle. And I don't know if it's I guess we'll go ahead and I don't want to put it out there because we don't know if it's true, but I'll feed into it and go ahead and go with it. If the things that we are hearing is true, is that why they're not hustling? Is that why they're not playing as a team? The whole Owe slept with Diobate's girl, and there was another one that what is it? Hawthorne went with somebody else's girl,
Yep.
and
Yep.
Owe got in a fist fight with Cam Williams before the Loserville game. If if any of those are true, that is detrimental to the team. Like, come on. If y'all are gonna let a woman ruin what we could accomplish because the team's special. We have the
Hmm.
pieces. We talked
Hmm.
about it before it started. It's there. It's there. The specialness is there. The team is there. And if they let that ruin it, that's horrible. That's ridiculous. I
Yeah, no,
hope it's not
and look,
true.
we're recklessly speculating at this point because we don't know anything to be true. But look, just like any NFL rumors, just like any NBA rumors, any professional sports rumors, where there's smoke, there's fire. So there's probably a
Yes.
little truth to this in some capacity, whether it's blown out of proportion and made worse than what it is, who knows? But there's probably some truth to it in some capacity, right?
Yep.
So I agree with you. The old adage of bros before hoes type things, right? Like
Yes.
you can't let a
Yes.
you can't let a woman come in and disrupt your whole system and your whole team atmosphere. But look,
No.
college is a different animal, man. Like there's a lot of things that happen there, even though, and I use the term college loosely because these guys are getting paid like they're professional athletes. You know what I mean?
Yes. And I've been to Kentucky campus 100 times, right? There's more than Diobate or whoever else is. It was Aberdeen. I saw it was Braden Hawthorne got Aberdeen's girl. There's more women
Yeah.
than both of those two girls, and beautiful women on Kentucky's campus, like
Well,
as
and you're on
many
the
as you could
Kentucky
see.
basketball team. You're
Yes,
on the basketball team at Kentucky. Like you can get whatever you want. You know what I mean?
yes,
Like you can get whatever you want. And look, I hope I hope a little bit of it's true, and maybe that's why Aberdeen played so shitty against Michigan State.
yes,
Hopefully that's his excuse. Hopefully
yeah.
his head was elsewhere and whatever, you know what I mean? But like they gotta get it together. They gotta figure out something because yeah, they got two, I don't want to call them cupcake games, but they got two winnable games against Loyola and Tennessee Tech. And then we go into December, man. The December gauntlet is nothing to like shy around about, man. Like they got
No,
North Carolina, Gonzaga, Indiana, St. John's. Like you got a 4 game stretch in December that's going to make or break your season. Because if you go into conference play with 4, maybe even 5 losses by the time conference play rolls around,
we're
good
done.
luck, man. It's gonna be a tough thing. It's gonna be a tough thing. This might be the worst season we had since Calipari's NIT year. You know what I mean?
Yes,
That
yes,
was a tough one to swallow, especially because we lose in the NIT in the first
yes.
game. You know what I mean? Like,
And I don't want this to be on Pope's like record, I guess, in a way. You know what I mean? I don't think that he's that bad of a coach. And if he is, I don't want to think that. I don't want that
yeah,
even brought into it. Like you said, I have no beef with Pope. You can coach, and he took accountability for maybe lacking in some areas, absolutely. But at the end of the day, you could tell these guys what to do. But at the end of the day, they're going to do what they want to do. They done got the money in their bank account. You know
yep,
what I mean? Like they can go out and swipe whatever, play shitty the rest of the season, fake an injury and sit on that bench and still collect that 10 mil and ride off in the sunset, you know? And
yeah. And look, we talked about the NIL stuff before, and you're going to end up seeing a amendment to the NIL deal
yes,
soon because similar to the buyouts that college and universities have for their coaches, you're going to have something similar where the NIL deal is a contract, and if they decide not to play or fake an injury or conduct detrimental to the team, something like that, they can recoup that money. It's like a
yep,
contract breach, similar to like professional athletes with their code of conduct. You're going to have something like that. If it's not already in there and we just don't know about it, I'm sure there's going to be specifics called out in the future, if not by the end of this year, because too many teams with these big payrolls are going to get burned. They're going to
yep,
get burned, and we all know they're going to get burned. You know what I mean?
yep.
And Kentucky won't be the first. They won't
No.
be the last for sure.
And as bad as it seems, and I was excited for Owe. I'm reeling back on Owe because he is really just he put a bad taste in my mouth these couple games. Like he was one of the players I was most excited about seeing. Like, I was, oh my God. Oh, we talked about it. Oh, he's coming back. This is it. This is what we needed. And he is just shit the bed. He is just,
Yep. Yep.
I mean, horrible. I'm looking at his stats. He averages 13 points and just the 2.5 turnovers a game. He leads the team, right? And a returning player like his caliber, or at least what we saw last year, we thought shouldn't lead the team in turnovers. I could see it Jasper or, Marino, whatever. But for him, no. And speaking of Marino, I don't know why he ain't starting over BG because BG looked horrible in Michigan State. He looked lost. They all look
Horrible.
lost, but more players, or how am I saying it? There's certain players who looked more lost than others. And like you said, Aberdeen and BG, I mean, he looked like he had no idea how to play basketball at
Yeah.
all.
Yep. Yep. I agree, man.
It,
I agree.
it, I don't know. And looking at the stats again, I won't harp on it too much, but, um, I was reading all of it. And for the total of the season, we have shot, or sorry, we've made 46 out of 144 3-pointers for the whole season. That's it. And that's a
30%.
horrible. Yeah, that's horrible. And for just field goals, we are 157 out of 319. So,
So a
we're
little under
not
50%. Yeah, a little under 50% from the field, which isn't good. It's not good.
no. And I feel
You
like
know what I
some of
mean?
the people that he has on the bench are playing better than the people he has on the floor. Again, Brandon
And
Garrison,
look,
and I feel
yeah, and I get, you know, we've all watched basketball long enough and we all get it. You're 5 games into the season. You should have a good idea of your starting rotation and your rotation
yes,
right now, right? So like I understand that you don't want to play that card too early because you don't want to like have people get tired because it is a long season and the SEC in basketball terms is nothing to sneeze at. You know what I mean?
no,
It's going to be a gauntlet. It's going to be a battle. So like you need people healthy, you need people refreshed, and I get it. But when you have 10 to 12 people averaging 15 minutes a game, something's got to give. Something's got to
yes,
give because they're just it's not looking good right now. And this isn't because at the end of the day, I could care less if you're going to shoot 50% from the field and 30% from 3-point land. I'd be okay with that if you played lights out defense. If you played
yes,
the Patino press defense from the late 90s, I'd be 100% fine with that because that would tell me you're holding your opponents to 50 points a game, right?
yep,
I'd be fine with that. You're not though. You're not. Your
yep,
opponents are averaging like 75 points a game against you. And your team right now, the way they're playing, is not built to score 76 points a game.
no,
So you got to figure something out on defense because that's where our liability is. I feel like the shooting and the playmaking will come around as they get more comfortable. But if they're not going to play defense all year, it's going to be a long ass year, man. It may be a losing
yeah,
record, and we're not even going to make the NIT. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
I
So
agree. I
that's
agree.
that's where it comes into play for me. Last year's Pope's team, his team played defense. They were hungry. They fought. They were gritty. This year so far, man, they're not like the Purdue game, the exhibition. They were great. They were gritty. They were
Yes.
doing everything that they should. I haven't seen that at all. I haven't seen that
No.
at all. And look, we could talk about the blowout game. Like we could talk about that first game of the season or second game of the season. Who was it again? Valparaiso, where they won
Yeah.
by 52. We could talk about that game. Yeah, they looked great in that game, but it was Valparaiso. Let's not get
Yeah. Who wouldn't look great? Who
carried
wouldn't
away.
look great?
Right,
Yeah. Who wouldn't
right.
look great?
But the two big games against Loserville and Michigan State, both of those teams put up 80 points on
Yep. The two games that's mattered so far, we've come up short. And like you said, defense. There is no defense. There is zero defense. The only defense I see is when Marino is in. I like he hustles, but again, it's that pride, that Kentucky pride. He grew up a Kentucky player. Shit,
Yep.
he grew up a Kentucky fan. So when he
Yep.
throws that jersey on, he knows
Yeah.
all eyes on me. This is what matters on a Tuesday night in the state of Kentucky. If we win, if we lose, Kentucky fans are going to work the next day, waking up to just in a horrible, horrible mood. And it's the truth. And I think he gets it, but you gotta get the whole team. You gotta get everybody else to follow. And we're not.
Yeah.
God,
I
we're
mean,
not.
look, do we know when Q's coming back? I mean,
I heard
I don't
something that
know
he
if he's
could
going to be ready
literally
until like
just
January.
yeah, I heard that or I'm not heard. I read somewhere he could literally lace up at any game. I read something like that,
Okay.
or it was around that type of thing. But yeah, he could just Pope could just be like, "All right, you're good," and he could just go in.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
win
maybe they're saving him for SEC time. I don't know. Maybe they're saving it for conference play. That's the only thing
some,
I can think of. But like, I don't know. I don't know,
you need
man,
to get
because
him in
we could
quick.
definitely use him. Yeah,
Yeah,
we could definitely use him.
and
You
then I
know,
saw
we need a
something.
shot in the arm.
Yes, and I saw something. I guess there's a late signing period coming. I guess I'm not real for sure on that. But anyways, a center. What did it say? I forgot his name. I was just scrolling real fast. It was one of those on break. I was hurrying up and doing it. Late signing period, St. John's, I guess, transfer center was considering Kentucky, or we were the top destination for this guy to come in. I don't know who. I don't know how much truth that is because that was the only time I saw it. But if that's the case, I would feel disrespected if I was Brandon Garrison. We're already looking for another center, or even Marino. Like, hey, why don't you let me get a shot at start and put BG on the back burner or something? But
Right. Yep.
I don't
Yep.
I don't think getting another big guy is our problem. I don't.
No, we need guard play is what we need. Like our
Yes,
guards are not playing well at all.
sloppy.
Very sloppy. And Aberdeen's at the top, man. Like don't get me wrong, he's a great player.
Yes,
I don't want to I don't want to discount him and think that he's not a great player because he can be great. He's just come up small in the two biggest games of the season, and I don't like
yes,
that at all, man. I don't like that
no,
because that doesn't bode well for long term for me.
no.
Because he's supposed to be one of our studs, and if he's coming up small in those big games, that's not good. You know,
Yep,
not good at all, in my opinion. Because he now look, I say he comes up short. He had 26 against Loserville, but Loserville scored 96 points on him. They almost scored a buck. Like,
yep,
you know what I mean? Like let's keep it a buck when we say this. Like defense wins championships, and you can't let Loserville score 100 on you, and that's what they
no.
almost did. You know
And
what I
it was
mean? And like,
it was every shot. Every shot was wide open. I felt like it was embarrassing. It was so embarrassing. You know how embarrassing it was to walk out of my house the next day here?
I can
Like
only
it was
imagine, dude.
and you guys know me. You guys know the amount of shit I talk year in, year out. Okay. It is not a good place for me when we lose those games. People come at me 24/7, and I'm okay with that. I live for that. I love it. But I want my team to give me something to at least give me a crutch to
Yeah,
at least stand on when I'm wounded. I didn't even have a
yeah.
crutch with anything in that
No,
game. I didn't have nothing to
I
stand on.
I mean, and we were losing by a lot. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
we were down by I think what like 15 or something like that. So like
It
it
was
almost
18
got
and 20. Yeah.
18. That's right. Yeah, it was almost out of hand, and then they fought back to get it within four, and then they just couldn't turn it over. You know what I mean? Like they couldn't get any closer than that
No.
because it was the defense. You know what I mean? Like they played well during that stretch, but then it was just like they got tired and gave up. You know,
Yep.
it was a shame. I'm with you though, man. Like That's the one game. So like I grew up as an Eagles fan, like I said, and like there was always 2 weeks out of the year where because our teams were shitty when I was growing up. So I was like, all right, well, 2 weeks out of the year is all I care about when we beat Dallas. As long as we beat Dallas, we can go 2-14 on the season. I don't care as long as we beat Dallas. And
Yep.
for Kentucky, we gotta beat Loserville, man. And the fact that
Yes.
we didn't, like that sets the year up for me. It's already like a disappointment unless we win it all. And look, there's been years before where they lose to Loserville and then they still have a successful season. I'm not saying that it can't happen, but
Yeah.
man, it's too early in the season to suffer disappointment like that.
Yes. And like what happens now? Like now I'm or not we were looking forward to what? Now we have to beat Cal. We have to beat Arkansas. We have to. Like if we go to Loserville, lose, Arkansas, lose, that's that's not a good second year. That's not and people are gonna be on Pope's ass. If you can't beat Cal. We ran him out of town because of what he was doing losing in the tournament.
Yep. Yep.
And we brought you in. And you I guess damn near promised us in your press conference. This is Kentucky basketball. I know the assignment. Hope
Yep.
you're missing homework, bro. You're missing some
Well, and
homework.
and here's the other thing with that, right? So, out of all the SEC teams that we play, we only play Cal once. We only play Arkansas once this year. We don't
Yep.
play them twice. So we play Tennessee twice, we play Florida twice. We don't play Arkansas twice. We only play them once. So that game is even bigger. You know what I
Yep.
mean? It's magnified this year. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's at Arkansas too. So,
I think so.
playing Arkansas on the road, like that's makes that game even larger at the end of January.
Yep.
It's gonna be a test, man. 'Cause like I said, in December here we got that 4 game stretch where it's gonna determine our season. I feel if we can win at least 3 out of those games, like I'll concede losing one of those games to either St. John's, Gonzaga, or North Carolina, but we have to beat Indiana.
Yes.
That's a no brainer to me, and we have to win at least two of the other ones.
Yes. I agree. Sorry, I had to get a drink real quick. Yes, we got to win. And if we go in, I don't even want to bring this in the air, but if we go in and let's just I'm just going to say it. And we lose all of these upcoming games, dude.
It's gonna get
Dude,
ugly. It's gonna get ugly quick, man. It's gonna get ugly quick. I
do
hope
we
that
run Pope out of
doesn't
town?
happen.
Do we run Pope out of town?
I don't think you and I run Pope out of town, but I think the boosters are gonna get pretty damn unsettled for sure. For
I do
sure.
too.
Because look, they're gonna say, "We gave you 22 million to build this roster. You build a roster and you can't win with it. So there's no upside to this. There's no future. There's no, hey, look on the bright side." It's not anything like that. We gave you 22 million to build a roster. You build it and you didn't win anything. You actually had a losing season. That's not
Yep.
good. That's
No.
not good. There's no coming back
No.
from that. You know what I mean? I think the writing will be on the wall if that happens. But let's be a little optimistic about this. They got two, like I said, two cupcake games. I think they win these two next games, and then they go into North Carolina. They go into North Carolina that ACC SEC challenge where I think that's a home game if I'm not mistaken. I think they got them at
I
Rupp.
think so.
Um, which Carolina's good. Carolina's always good, but I think they can definitely beat them. I think they can
Yes.
definitely beat them.
Yes. And I really want to beat him because of that Caleb Wilson. He skipped out on us. So let's go ahead
Yep.
and show him what he could have been a part of, right? Let's go ahead and be like, well, you could have been here. You could have been a part of this and you could have helped. If they come in and
Yeah.
beat us, I mean, that's another slap in the face. And I don't think I can take
What do
too
you
many more slaps.
what do you make of everybody making a big deal about Pope's demeanor on the sideline with his arms crossed and all that stuff? Do you read into any of that, or do you think it's just because look? I remember last year Pope was doing that. Pope did that on the
Yes.
sidelines last year. Nobody gave a shit. Nobody said a word. But
No,
now that they're losing two of these big games, people are like, "Oh, look, he's not even coaching. He's not even doing this." And I'm like,
I
I
think
don't
that's
buy
just
into that at
him.
all. I don't think that's a big deal.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
that's just
that's just
him.
his
He's
demeanor.
not out of Dan Hurley. He's not one of them yelling, screaming, throwing his hands unless it needs to be. I've seen what was it? Maybe it was last game. Man, anyways, it doesn't matter which game it was. But it was a close the score was close at that time. And I saw him walking up and down, yelling, screaming, throwing hands. You don't have to do that
Yeah, no,
all
no.
first and second half. No, I'm with you. I don't read into that shit. I don't.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't
you don't
think.
have to be Dan Hurley. Dan Hurley's a
Yeah.
crazy ass dude, man. Like he's
Yeah,
scary
it's a
sometimes when he gets
cartoon.
like that.
Yeah,
You
I'm
know?
good on that. I don't want
Yeah,
no, I'm good.
yeah.
No,
I don't know that I need my coach doing that. I'd rather him just
no.
make sure he coaches the team up and do what he's supposed to do.
Yes.
You know. But having said that, I don't think he's been doing that. I think he needs
No.
to get these guys prepared and ready to play. You know what I mean? Like that's what so I'm not running him out of town, but at the same time, I'm trying to light a fire under his ass and say, come on, man, get your shit together and get these guys playing how they're capable of playing and coach how you're
Yes.
capable of coaching at the end of the day. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yes. Like you said it at your this is Kentucky. There is a standard. You know the standard,
Yeah.
Pope. Now roll with it. Let's get it. Yeah,
He helped
we've
create the
lost too.
standard. He was a
Yeah.
part of what created the standard. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like he was a part of those teams. So
You lost
he
too.
gets it.
Absolutely. Let's go.
Yeah,
Let's
man.
let's shoot for the stars now. Let's run with it. I'm sure we'll lose a couple more, absolutely. I know that. But I don't wanna lose more than a couple more. You know what I mean? Like,
Look,
we can't.
we know we're not running conference play. We're not going undefeated in conference
No,
play. Nobody's going undefeated in conference play.
no.
So we know that's not happening. You know what I mean? So I think what it's going to come down to is this next stretch in December and then the gauntlet in January where we play Alabama, Florida, like we play
Yep,
the top teams in the SEC and we see what we're made of, And he has a good 3 week stretch here between Thanksgiving and Christmas to really get these guys going and get this
yep.
stuff going where it needs to go. Because if he doesn't, it's not going to be pretty for him. But look, I think it's going to happen.
I
I
do
think
too. I
they're
do
going to get
too.
their shit together, and I think they're going to start. We're going to start seeing a an actual rotation, an actual lineup
Yes.
at play the way that it's supposed to be. And I'm
Yep,
looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to
yep.
it for sure.
I agree. I agree. I think Pope knows that the fire, like you said, I think the fire under his ass is lit. I think he knows that it's lit. He has to know it's lit. You know what I mean? Like he knows. And I think the players are starting to realize, oh shit, we're we're letting a lot of people down. And if we really care, well, I wouldn't even say Kentucky. Take it off the table. If we really care about Pope, our coach, the way we say we care about our coach, we need to start
Yep.
playing together as a team. And if it is a girl, take all social media away, take the phones away. As kindergarten as that sounds, take it away. Take it away. Make
Hmm.
no social media, no phones, no nothing, no going out partying, spending NIL money. Everybody's together, no visitors at the lounge, nothing. I mean, make it as high school kindergarten as you can make it if that's the case, and let's ride. Let's do what we said we were going to do before this season, what me and you said that this team was capable of doing. We're capable of it. I know we are.
The quest for nine. The quest for
Yes,
nine.
this is a championship caliber team.
It is.
We can do
It
it.
absolutely
We
is.
can do it. If Louisville is doing what they're doing because of a freshman, which he's good. I'll give him that. I'll give Mikael Brown Jr. those flowers, I guess. But I don't think he's that good. I just think he had a lucky night.
I mean,
Lucky night.
look, I'm not going to take anything away from him. I think he played well. I think he dropped 29 on us or something like that. So, but he didn't play against a good defense. You know what I
No.
mean? Like the Kentucky defense that game was not great. Like I said, they
Mm,
gave up 96 points to Loserville as a whole. And the defense so far this year has not been stellar against teams that they should be able to be stellar against. They got a get right game tomorrow night against Loyola. If they don't win by 20 plus, we got problems. We got
yes.
problems.
Yes. Well,
So
and
they need to.
oh, sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say They need to win by 20 plus and put all these rumors to bed. That's what they need to
Yes.
do. Just
Yep.
put everything to bed, get it over with, flip the page, and move on.
Yep. I agree. I mean, if they're listening to these rumors, and if I was Owe and Diabate, I think I texted you. I done forgot what I said I would do if I was Owe. But if you're listening to those rumors, I'd come out tomorrow in the game. I mean, hand over each other's shoulders. You know what I mean? Like the rumors are untrue. This is it. Or I'd address it at that point.
Well, that's what you
Hey, we
said, right? You
seen.
you texted me and you were like, "Look, if any of these are true, he needs to come out and apologize. And even if it's not to the media, he needs to come out and apologize to the team and say, I
Yes.
messed up. That's on me. I shouldn't have did what I did. I shouldn't have, we're all brothers in here and I messed up. That's on me. Can
Yep.
we move on?" And just kind of bury the hatchet type thing and move on, you know?
Yep. You got to. Or none of these guys will go pro. And I know that's their end
Correct.
goal. I know that's their end
Correct.
goal. You're gonna look like crap. Oh wait. At first, honestly, uh, I was watching the Blitz, the bookie, I think, right? That's his name on TikTok, I'm pretty sure.
Yep. Yep.
Shout out Blitz. I was listening to him and he had a good point. He said, before all these rumors came out, he was like, Owe is not playing right because he's listening to the scouts. He's listening to the scouts, and they said complete a jumper, dude. You need to be able to hit a jumper from here and here before you're considered an NBA. And if you look, that's all he's doing now. There is no driving in the lane like last year. There is no half
Hmm.
line dunk. But then the rumors came out. So, either way, get it together, Away. Get it together,
Yep.
man. Please. I'm
Listen,
begging you.
the whole team needs to get it together. And look, this
Yes.
this isn't as this isn't the joking around Cody and Kyle. This is we're disgruntled fans right now. We expect more out of
Yes.
you. Get your shit together so we don't have to come on here and do this again. We'd like to be the
Yeah.
lighthearted team. We'd like to be the lighthearted guys that joke around the whole goddamn time. But you guys are not making it easy for us. You're making it
I, I,
brutal. You lose to Loserville that crushes us, dude. It crushes us. You're killing us. You're killing us fans. We want to be there for you. We want to be there and be like supportive, but you're killing us right now.
yeah.
You're killing us.
Do y'all know how much
Ridiculous.
shit I endured? Do you know how much shit I endured, guys? Look, I'm looking right into the camera, team. I endured so much shit, okay? I got so many messages and comments. Oh, look what we did. Loserville runs the state. Blah, 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 blah. Oh my God. Okay. All right. There was my spazzing out. I followed you, Kyle. You spazzed out. I wasn't gonna spazz out. I wasn't gonna spazz out. I wasn't. I was holding it in. I was like, maybe I can get through this without spazzing out. There it was. There's my spaz.
There we go.
Now
We
let's get
got it
it.
out. We
Yeah,
got it out.
let's get a winning season going. Let's get number 9. Let's get
And if
number
if
9 for the
we're
love
if
of
we're
God.
able if we're able to turn the page, you guys should be able to turn the page. Flip the
Yes.
page. Let's get back on the winning streak. Let's go into December hot and let's dominate North Carolina. Let's dominate these guys in the whole month of December. Let's go,
Yep.
boys. Let's do it.
Yep.
Let's do it.
Pope's platoon quest for 9, baby. Let's go.
Let's go. Let's go. Love it. Love it. I think that's the perfect way to finish this out for tonight, Cody. What do you think, brother?
Absolutely. I'm going with it. Absolutely. End on a high note.
Love it.
End on a high
Love
note.
it.
And one last thing now, if when people watch this, you can head over to our TikTok. We will be live, periodically, more so than not, probably now. Come in, come in and chat it up with us. Really. Shoot the shit with us. That's what the TikTok's there for. You can just kind of hang out with us and talk shit,
Let us know
talk
your
about
thoughts.
different,
Let us know
yeah,
your thoughts. That's what we need
banter.
to hear. We need to hear banter back and
Yeah,
forth. Especially, look, if you're a Loserville fan and you want to brag about it, we'll listen. We'll
yeah,
listen. We'll give you some shit back. Don't worry. We'll give you some
yeah,
shit back, but we'll listen. We'll listen. You
absolutely.
you earned it this year. You earned it, and
Yeah.
we'll take it. We'll
And
take it.
it's still 40-18. Remember that. Don't
Yeah,
don't
we had
get
a couple to
too
give you.
yeah. Don't get on your high horse, Loserville fans. There's a couple in the comments on TikTok. 40-18, sweetheart. 40-18. And you know who I'm
Yeah,
talking
look,
to. Boom.
Look, it's just like down the stretch in a basketball game, right? We got a foul to give. We got a few to
Yep.
give you. You know what I mean?
Yep.
We got a few to give you before we're in the bonus. So I think
Yep.
we'll be fine. We'll be fine. A blind
Absolutely.
squirrel finds a nut every now and then. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. You can have this one.
Love it, brother. Love it. Well, this has been fun, man.
Yes. Catch us next week, boys. We're back on a regular schedule now.
Yes,
Pow, pow,
sir.
pow, pow, pow. All right.
Boom,
Take
boom,
us
boom.
out, Topher. Take us out, Topher.